All righty. Well, good morning, everybody. My name's Tim Schaeffer. I'm Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission, and we're excited to be here at Pioneer Grove Park, one of the gems of Berks County along the Schuylkill River. And we're here for two reasons today. One is to celebrate the opening or the groundbreaking for a new boat launch here that's going to benefit recreational boaters as well as the local fire company. It highlights our boating facility grant program that's doing incredible work statewide, but particularly here in southeast Pennsylvania. And then we're also going to be delivering some really important safe boating messages. It may not feel like it, as I have my long underwear shirt on today at the end of May, but you know it's going to be warm before you know it with Memorial Day weekend on the horizon. And we want to share some safe boating messages that all the viewers can take with them, and you can hopefully share with your friends and family when you leave this event. Before we get started, though, I want to recognize a couple of familiar faces here. First is State Representative Jacklyn Rusnock. I really want to thank her for taking the initiative to get as involved as she has. She's a member of the House Game and Fisheries Committee, which is our jurisdictional committee in the House. Carissa on her staff, we met at the three of us did at the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, and just coincidentally that morning was the day that I approved the grant for this project. I said, hey, wait a minute. You know, Muhlenberg Township, I think we just gave a grant to your township, and so here we are. So just really good timing, and happy that they took the bull by the horns. We'll also have our local commissioner, Rick Kaufman. Our Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission is governed by a board of commissioners. 10 commissioners, 8 are geographically based, and Rick is for District 8 here in Southeast PA. Longtime Berks County native, and knows the county better than anybody. So happy to have him give him his perspective. Alex Lepko is the fire chief here in Muhlenburg Township. This project will ultimately benefit the fire company, so we're really happy that they're here today. And then won't be speaking, but want to recognize Mark Sweppenheiser, who's the director of our Bureau of Boating. You may recognize Mark if you spent time on Blue Marsh Lake, because Mark spent most of his career in our Bureau of Law Enforcement, so you may recognize him from being out there. And then Mark Morrison coordinates our boating facility grant program statewide. If anybody who's here wants to learn more about the grant program, about our application process that'll be opening back up this September, Mark can help you out with that. But without any further ado, I'll turn it over to Representative Rusnock to give you some messages about this project.
All right, thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming out on this fine Thursday morning. Thank you to Mother Nature for providing some wonderful weather for us. But thank you so much, Tim, for inviting us to be here today and, providing us an opportunity to, give us this boat launch that will not only benefit the people of our community, but will benefit our first responders as well. So this is an absolute beautiful park. It's one of many beautiful parks that we have here in Muhlenberg Township, and we are really excited about this project. Just like I said, it's going to benefit the people here in our township and beyond, and our first responders as well. And so I would just like to talk about the project a little bit, if you don't mind. And This project came about through a grant, through a boating facility grant, through the Fish and Boat Commission, and Muhlenberg Township applied for the grant, and so here we are today. The grant was for $45,205, and the project altogether will cost approximately $90,500. The new paved boat launch is to be constructed, and it will actually accommodate unpowered boats like canoes and kayaks, and it will also be able to accommodate some small motorized boat and watercraft as well. So this is really important to us because with the summer months coming and the warmer weather coming, we have a lot of people that utilize the river to, bring their families out here and use the river to cool off in these hot summers that we've been having. But when you have things like that available to the public, there are also opportunities for emergencies to arise, and we need our first responders to be able to access the river in certain points and be able to get to the people that are in need. So I know that this will be very valuable to our fire department here. So this will become a part of the greater water trail along the river and a new way to give another access point to our boaters in the area. So this project will also include some improved parking in the area and will be ADA accessible as well. And the construction for the boat launch is expected to begin in the fall of 2025. So I appreciate your time today, and I am excited to turn this over to our fire chief, Alex Lepko. So thank you so much.
Good morning, all. Make some brief comments here. Like Jacklyn mentioned, we're happy to have representatives from the PA Fish and Boat Commission here working with us on this grant project. From the emergency aspect, water rescues are low frequency, high risk for first responders. Having an additional boat launch here in Muhlenberg Township aids that effort, along with providing additional recreational purposes for our residents and community members. So thank you.
Alrighty, so in addition to celebrating the grant and the pending construction of the new launch, we're in the middle of National Safe Boating Week. So the week before Memorial Day weekend every year across the country, agencies like ours and our partners try to get safe boating messages out to people in advance of the summer recreational season. In Pennsylvania, Memorial Day weekend has historically been the beginning of our boating season. So what better time to give a couple safety reminders? Number one, the most important thing is wear your life jacket. Make sure that they're U.S. Coast Guard approved. Mark and I had the conversation on the way in here. Sometimes a parent may think I'll put a couple floaties on my kid's arms to give them some buoyancy. That is not U.S. Coast Guard approved, and it'll be indicated on the label whether or not they are Coast Guard approved. Make sure that it's in good working condition. Make sure there's no rips or tears. If there's a buckle or a zipper, make sure they work. And then really importantly, make sure that they fit. I think we can all remember being a kid on a boat and somebody stuffs you into an oversized life jacket. Not only is that illegal because it doesn't fit, but it's inherently unsafe for the kid. That kid goes in the water, that life jacket comes up over their head, and could be a suffocation hazard. The test that we give for kids, it's called the touchdown test. So have a kid put a life jacket on, have them put their arms up. If you can lift them by that life jacket and doesn't come over their head, it fits them. So make sure that you've got life jackets that fit and are operable for everybody who's on your vessel. You have to have one for everybody. And reminder that kids 12 and under, most small boats and all canoes and kayaks have to wear their life jackets all year long. We do have a mandatory cold weather life jacket requirement November 1st to April 30th. All canoes, kayaks, and boats under 16 feet, everybody has to wear their life jackets. But we really do encourage people to wear them all year long. Unfortunately, about 80% of the boating fatalities that we see in Pennsylvania and across the country are a result of people not wearing their life jackets. They're easier to wear than ever. We got a couple examples here of what they look like. They're more accessible. You can find them at most sporting goods stores, outdoor stores, even Walmart, places like that. So get your life jacket and make sure you wear them when you're out on the water Memorial Day weekend and for the rest of the boating season. And with a few more tips on our safe boating checklist, I'll turn it over to Rick Kaufman. There you go. Here's your checklist.
Thanks, Tim, and thanks to everybody who's making this happy. As a lifelong resident here in Berks County, and at one time a 25-year resident of Muhlenburg Township, not here anymore, this is a great addition to our community here, and it's really nice. But to emphasize Tim's point about safety, here's just a couple tips we want to share with everybody, and it should be obvious, but never boat under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Just like operating a motor vehicle in the roadway, Pennsylvania, person operating a boat is over the legal limit if she or he has a blood alcohol concentration point of 0.08% or higher. Boating under the influence penalties include loss of boating privileges, significant fines, and imprisonment. If you're floating, and this river is always full of floaters. Have a plan. Send a text or let somebody know where you'll be boating and when you expect to be back. Time flies when you're having fun, so keep your plan updated throughout the day, and make sure you don't have our first responders come out to look for you. They want boring days, correct? All right. So that's really important to them, the safety part of it. Also, obviously, check the weather forecast. A little bit of rain shouldn't scare you away from a great weekend of fishing or boating, but be aware of fast-moving thunderstorms and heavy winds that can make a day turn dangerous. And as you look behind me, this is going to be one of those weekends where you got to use some common sense and make sure to, if you want to be out there, you better be seasoned, and you've got to have a good plan, and make sure you're wearing that life jacket. It's going to be a tough weekend this week, right, Mark? We don't want to have any accidents out there. And finally, it's something I did not too long ago, and it's not that hard to take a boating safety education course. It's the best way to learn the rules of the water and keep you and your family safe. Take an in-person class or earn your boating education safety certificate online at fishandboat.com. And again, I just recently did that. It takes a little bit of time and effort, but it's really helpful, and I encourage everybody that's going to be out there to take a look at that if you haven't done that already. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to Tim. Thank you again for coming, and thanks for this opportunity to provide more access for our fishermen, our boaters, and our first responders. Tim?